Yo, what is good, guys? I hope you all had a good weekend. I was out partying for a friend's birthday. I got a little bedhead, but whatever. Time to get back to work and make some money this week. So, in this video, I'm going to be taking you guys into really a whole new world of technical analysis. I'm going to show you and explain to you a lot of methods that are really just disregarded in the technical analysis industry, I guess, and environment because from a first glance, it just looks so disconnected from reality, and there seemed to be no sense of structure and common sense or logic in it. But once you look deeper, you really can see the harmony and rhythms in the market. And once you stare at these charts long enough, you can kind of see that it's almost as if the market is alive and breathing, which you will see why. It's going to blow your mind. So watch the whole thing. Make sure to show this video some love, give it a like and subscribe, and we're just going to get right into it. So this is what we're going to be looking at today. And I promise you, I will break it down and make it make sense to you guys. So I'm going to compact it and explain it to you as quickly but efficiently as I can. So this might be a longer video, but I promise you, you will learn something. So I'm going to take everything off, and we're just going to start out with a very important trend line that we're at right now. So this one right here on the daily chart logarithmic scale. I've been watching this for I think a few months now, and I was watching for us to hold it. We didn't. We broke under it, and now we're testing the underside of it. So this is something to be watching. We are less than $1 away from this thing, so we're very, very, very close to it. So just something to be paying attention to. Topped out at 413, and this is at 413.50. So something to be paying attention to. It's a big, significant trend line. So first thing I'm going to start off with is this video I made about a month ago, where it's explaining how I was going to be bullish for really this entire month going into August, and we're just going to play it. What I am looking for would be something like this. So the end of this month is right here, roughly. What I'm looking for is something like, you get your breakout, you maybe get into the 400s, especially this gap. I'm really watching this gap here. I want that to get filled. We might not fill it, but I do think we will fill it this time. And I'm really just looking for some upside into the end of this month, into lower lows. So about the lower lows part, we may have to reevaluate that because, as I've been explaining in my previous videos, the next retrace is extremely important because depending on where, we retrace to and bottom out will dictate if we are going to lower lows or, we go higher before we go lower. I'm explaining in this video. I'm telling you, watch this whole thing. It's very important. So, first off, I'm going to start off with, right now, XPXL, we are at a very big target that last month, over a month ago, I had all these price targets on XPXL. Specifically, these were the two big areas, 83 to 85 and the high 89 to 90s. So right now on XPXL, we were at 85. The high was 85.01. So, since 60, that's where we all bought in at in the Discord, over 40%. So make sure to join the Discord if you want to be a part of this stuff, and really just be on top of everything right when I say it. But yeah, make sure to check it out. It'll be in the description. But anyways, that's where we are right now, 85. It is such an important area. I'm going to show you all this stuff, but right now, SPY's at a diamond wall, and I genuinely do not see us getting past it. I see like zero chance of it. So I'm going to explain it to you. So on Friday, I actually shorted more. I shorted at 406 or 407 on Thursday, and I shorted at 410 on Friday. So I'm waiting. I have not been this bearish in a while. I'm just gonna explain it to you. I'm not even gonna bother putting up indicators because everyone knows it's overextended. The daily and the weekly do have room to go. Daily isn't showing signs of slowing, but I'm just gonna show you the stuff I want to show you. So first off, I'm gonna show you these cycles. So SPY actually kind of moves in a rhythm of 34-day cycles. So of course it's not perfect, but you can definitely see the correlations of these rhythms and just cycles. So you can see it finds these lows near these areas, and there's also these half cycles where it gets pulled down into, you can definitely see it. So you hit this one, and this was really delayed. It stayed up for a while, and then it just got pulled down, like just hard. And right now we're approaching this next end of the cycle. So this is really just one part of all of my reasons for why I think SPY is going to get obliterated. Probably starting next week, the week after, but SPY is going to get annihilated. I cannot stress that enough. It's going to get destroyed. So that's it for the cycles. We're gonna go into the harmonics. So you've probably seen these before. I want to clear this up a little. I believe it's this one. Yes. So harmonics. This has a lot to do with geometrical proportions, and it has a lot to do with Fibonacci ratios, and somewhat on the more complicated side. There's a lot of I guess just kind of math involved, but a lot of these I guess like instruments on these trading platforms do all the math for you, so that's nice. But this has a lot to do with just geometric structures, and it's fascinating. It leaves me speechless. So regardless, these are harmonics. This is called a bearish harmonic shark, and it has to follow these specific rules where these ratios have to be within specific ranges. And so this follows the rules of a bearish harmonic shark, and you get your target for measuring this from C to D. That gives you this target, and these are time zones. So also has to do with Fibonacci ratios, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, whatever that is, so on. The structure of nature, all the way out to galaxies with the Fibonacci spirals. It plays a role within nature to enormous scales of literal galaxies down to atomic structures where just atomic structures. Just it is astonishing. I really recommend looking into it and looking it up. It is incredible. It's one of the greatest mysteries in the universe, but if it works, it works, so why not use it? So Fibonacci time zones. I'm just kind of redoing this so you can see how it really does work here. I did it from the start of this harmonic to the first low, and wow. So yeah, you can see it goes right into that time zone, which I'm also developing these things called pulse zones where I can predict several moves ahead, the highs and lows several weeks out. You'll see what I'm talking about. Make sure to watch this whole video. I really, really encourage you and really want you to watch this whole thing through, so you can really just grasp the bigger picture of the stock market. And it's not just supports and resistances. There really is kind of an art and rhythm, and there's a much deeper side to the world of technical analysis. So you can see we hit that time zone, and right after you started that new harmonic, this is a bullish harmonic gartley, and you get your target by measuring that fib from, in this case, because this is a specific Elliott wave development, A to D, and you had this extension, which might be an extended fifth, which I'm going to explain in a little bit. But anyways, that's your harmonics, and that's the start of my explanation of these Fibonacci time zones, which, if you want me to use this more and show you all this more complicated methods of technical analysis, make sure to comment that below, because I can do that, and just kind of stay off the normal path of RSI, MACD, Trendlines, and all that easy stuff. So that's it for harmonics. I showed you that important trend line, and I'm going to show you what I'm thinking. So this is just kind of going to be the first layer of what I'm expecting, but you can see this reversal zone I'm looking for. I think we're going to get a gap down in this process here, which could get filled to the upside. If we're going to make new lows, you get a bounce and you go back into this zone to fill the gap, and you make your new lower lows. But a lot of stuff might sound like a lot, but I'm gonna walk through it. So that's it for this really general structure of the next kind of move I'm looking for. But so what I want to show you right now is I'm gonna go on to these fib circles, which you saw in the very beginning of this video with these things. So I have found that all Elliott waves have an epicenter, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So not that one, this one. So this is the general Elliott wave structure I think is playing out right now. This could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but this wave had a really awkward count. So I'm sticking with the ABC for now and can reevaluate if you get that support that I've been talking about a lot lately. If that holds, I can reevaluate and readjust very easily. So all Elliott waves have an epicenter. It is incredible. So you can see, you draw a circle from, that dividing wave in between this wave structure and gives you this epicenter. It's incredible. And these things not only provide you, so the upper half of this is resistance, and the lower half are supports. So I'm going to show you something. So, I showed you that general wave structure. I'm going to put back up and show you another thing, just so you can really see how this kind of, actually, no, I wanted to do it from a smaller one. A, B, C. So, this, well, it does play out with this general structure too, but regardless, I'm just going to show you this stuff. So, you draw from this A to B wave, and you make it perfect or whatever. This gives you such an accurate estimation of these reversal points. And you can also combine this with these fib trend lines here, or Fibonacci time zones from the high to the low. And sometimes you kind of have to experiment with these where they work best. Sometimes you have to work from like the beginning of the cycles. I'm not gonna look at this too much because you can look at it on your own, but regardless, you have these fib circles. I'm just going to draw them for each wave within this wave structure, and you will see how these really just give you these zones of reversals, where they can reverse from, where they will reverse from, and it is incredible. It shows you where these waves end, and it's incredible. And the symmetry, I'm going to put all three of them up just to show you guys, and then we're going to move on. But it's incredible. It's beautiful. It looks like art. And you can just see the symmetry and all the geometric structures within this small time frame. But that's just something I wanted to show you guys because this is absolutely fascinating to me. And I mean, I'm speechless. So we're going to move on. I got a little hung up on that, but that's the start of the fib circles. That's really just me introducing it. So I'm going to show you more of really why I think we're going to be getting obliterated next week and the week after. So I'm going to show you. So first off, I think these ones, where's the big one? So there's a general main one, which right now we are at the biggest, really at the end of it. So you can see we're reaching that end point here. You overextended, of course, as well as in even some on the bigger scale. So I forget which one it's drawn. Yeah, this one actually. Another very big zone. And you can see the shifts from these generate massive moves. And right now you're sitting at a very big level here. So that's another reason. And I'm going to show you this wedge. This wedge we've been watching for months, which has finally played out, and it's been hitting these targets. And right now, we hit that first target, which I mentioned, and you actually got a retracement from that, and you went into, I believe, what's an extended fifth wave with Elliott wave, but right now you have the next target. This is another big spot. The next target would be up here, 424, which is the area I think we would get to if we do go higher. There's a gap there, as well as a lot of other things like you'll see. Just stick with me here. So, as if for the wedges, you broke out of this wedge. You had your 5 waves up. You have these parabolic resistances. This is an index. This is SPY. So when you see a move that's basically straight up like this, like that is an astonishing move, and it was really all expected. So regardless, that was an astonishing move, but did not surprise me. But that's it for the wedge measurements. We're at the end of these parabolic wedge movements, breakouts, measurements, whatever you want to call them. And on top of that, you have these scan fans. You're at the top of these ranges here, especially this one. We've been tracking this for a while. You're at the top of it. What has happened when you hit it last time? Boom, you got obliterated. And you can see the reaction from these lines. It's very, very relevant, very significant. And you're at the top of this one, as well as this one here. So it's something to be watching right now. You at massive transition zones. So I had to plug in my charger cord. But okay, back to what I was saying. You got these massive basically phase changes. You're at the end of this cycle here. Where do I put it? End of this cycle, you're nearing that. The harmonics, you're ending the new this cycle right here, if you can see that. Everything, you're at these gigantic Fibonacci circles, which I showed you from here. You add a big one from here. You're at the wedge measurement. You're overextended on all the time frames. You have divergences on the daily, which I'm going to show you quick. On the MACD, it's at a huge resistance. Right here, you can see that. I'm telling you, this is not an area where you want to be on the wrong side, because the transition will be very violent and it will happen before you can even react, really. So, be prepared for the next move. I'm telling you here. So, I'm going to show you something I've been developing called pulse zones, and this allows me. It's in the beginning steps here, but this has a lot to do with Elliott wave theory, Fibonacci time zones, and Fibonacci speed resistance fans, which allows me to really kind of estimate and predict the velocity and the speed and violence of moves in a direction when I can identify the waves to see where it can go. And the Fib time zones allow me to give time frames for where and when it will break out and hit these targets, which the targets I measure with Fib retracement. So it's a lot, but when I can combine it together, I can give these ranges, which, in Elliott wave, there are rules where the rules are like how much a wave can retrace a previous wave, and then you measure from like that wave. You can get your measurements. So, okay, I'm just going to replay this and kind of explain it here. So, let me just, why is it not doing it? Okay, so let's say I just knew this is the top here, and this is the first wave. I can map out how the maximum it can retrace and the minimum it can retrace, and I can give this range where I measure the targets. So, from the top here, I'm not sure why it's been like this. So from the high, it gives you that minimum target at the top right here, and then the maximum target. And this allows me to give a range, a time range where it will hit the target, as well as where it will break out to get to that target. And if it breaks out here, it already went past that one, so it would be the next time zone. And what does it do? I'm going to show you. So you also have to tie significant resistance and supports with it, so something like that. But we're just going to play it so you can kind of see it. So you're getting into this retracement zone, approaching that first time zone where it would reverse, and this is what I'm calling a pulse zone. And it tests that first big resistance, and it goes into the next pulse zone where it's likely to break out because you had this consolidation and everything, and what do you know? You start heading towards that target, that range within the time frame, and the target range. So using speed fans, I could predict and measure the velocity, violence, and the speed of the move. So a lot of stuff to take in. I don't want to stay on that too long, so that's where I'm going to leave that. But I'm getting close to everything I want to tell you guys about. I'm going to show you a possible pattern that's showing up. I'm not even going to bother with the indicators because it's overextended. It's obvious. But anyways, inverse head and shoulders I see as a possibility here. So, you get your retracement. If you hold this area right here, this zone, you get your reverse. You break this massive neckline. This is a very big area. This would really invalidate any bearish case. This is why I'm saying this is an important area to be watching here. So you'd break that neckline and you would fly to the skies. But yeah, so I'm going to show you the phantom bars quick, which I mentioned last month. I don't know if I mentioned it in any of my videos. I probably did, but you hit this phantom bar right here. This is something I did a video on, which I believe has to do with institutions putting in kind of like orders that they know will get hit in the future. So you finally hit that one. A lot of things here. A lot of stuff that not many people really use. And I think there's a pretty high chance there's not many other people combine all of these kinds of methods that I do. So what else? I'm just going to show you this kind of for fun, but pretty scary here. I'm a fan of divergences, and this is by far the biggest divergence I have ever seen. This is a 23-year divergence on the MACD, so on a yearly scale, so something to note. That's quite the divergence. So I don't know, whatever you want to think of that, but kind of scary. But regardless, that's really all I have for this video. Really just explaining. I'm going to put in my prediction again, so you can kind of, I can just kind of wrap up what my thinking process was. We're approaching all those pulse zones or reversal zones. The cycles, you're getting close to that. The harmonic measurements, you're getting close to that. The fib circles, getting close to that. You're at the top of the GAN fans. The wedge measurement, you're at the 50%. Just go rewatch the video, and you can see I really see no chance that we go higher. In the case, I don't actually think I mentioned this, so I'm going to put this up quick, but there's a chance for an extended fifth wave here, even though we are so overextended, but you got to put the possibility up, I guess, even though I don't really see the chance of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can have an extended fifth wave, which would go past the 1.618 of this target. So, wow, you actually already, you're getting there. So 416 to 417 is an absolute diamond wall. I do not think we can get past it without a retrace. So that's where I'm going to leave this video. I showed you everything I wanted to show you. Make sure to give this video some love, give it a like, and subscribe, because join me on the journey through this stuff. This is really some next level in-depth stuff. So make sure to check out the Discord. That's going to be in the description, and we'll see how this week plays out. So peace out, guys.